Hey everybody, welcome back to the Highland Fox. If you're watching this video, you survived spring break and you were here to talk about Baku.
Yay! This is like one of my favorite races, so I was very excited. A little less intense than normal, I feel like.
It was kind of a boring race.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, I mean, not to bury the lead, but Red Bull had another one too, and they won by 20 seconds again. It's the third time they've done that. So I guess yeah.
And I feel like it's a very exciting track. So I was expecting, a little bit more overtakes. Just a little bit more oomph.
Well, it's a fast street track, so you'd think there'd be more accidents and stuff, but there wasn't.
I mean, good on them, but...
Yeah, glad everyone's safe, but...
kind of boring just in terms of a race. I don't know, I think we all kind of knew what was going to happen going into it, so...
Yeah, Red Bull's so much faster, and because I guess that leads into this. Leclerc got a podium, so his car actually made it to the end. The man went on 2 pole laps, because this was a sprint weekend, we'll talk about that at the end, but got pole for the race and pole for the sprint, and then got swallowed up by the Red Bulls after 2 laps.
Yeah. So, I mean, he is like the fastest man on track for qualifying. Just insane. And then I think he said it, though, in like every interview this weekend. He was like, yeah, it's great. I'm fast for qualifying. Now let's see if the car can actually have race pace, which we all kind of know it doesn't. So that is definitely something Ferrari is working on. It seemed like everyone was having a little bit of they talked about tire degradation, but they tolerated pretty well.
Everyone was mostly a one-stop.
Yeah. So
give Leclerc a car that has race pace. What is he doing with as fast as he is over 1 lap?
I definitely think he would give Max a run for his money.
That would be exciting.
Because Leclerc put a pole lap for sprint and regular qual ahead of Max. Like, it was a beauty. And Sainz has the same exact car and is a good driver, but Sainz still wasn't there.
Right.
So I think
Leclerc
could compete very closely with Max if he had just a better car that went the distance, not just did one good lap and was like, I'm done.
Yeah, because you got to think about it. He finished 20 seconds behind Verstappen and was faster over 1 lap.
Yeah.
So it's obviously not Leclerc at this point. You need the machinery behind you.
Yeah, and I think that is something that the team principal said they're obviously working on. They did not bring any upgrades to this race.
Correct.
So I think that says a lot for the car and Leclerc that they came to this race doing absolutely nothing, just going, hey, we're looking into it, we're working on it. And I thought that was beautiful.
So luckily, Perez, well, I don't know about luckily, but I guess if you want an exciting championship, Perez won this one, and he won the sprint. Yeah. So now he's only 6 points behind Verstappen. We all know how good Perez is over street tracks. We all know how bad Verstappen is over street tracks. Is this a sign of things to come? Is this going to be a Nico Lewis kind of situation where they can actually fight the whole year? Or is this just there's been a lot of street tracks and Max is still going to run away with it?
I do still think Max is going to run away with it, but I don't think Red Bull is necessarily going to give team orders anymore. At least not right now.
Does not appear to be doing that.
Yeah, so I definitely, when Max was almost in DRS, I was like, I don't know. I could see something coming on over.
A little spicy.
Yeah, but it was like no team orders, free to race, and I thought that was great.
The Red Bull themselves have double the second place constructor, so even if they took each other out a couple times, they're so far ahead.
I think they're just gonna kind of let's see what happened. Like you said, Max is so fast on
tracks, like normal tracks,
not street circuits, just regular tracks, and there's a ton of those this year. So I think he'll be okay. But it is exciting to kind of keep like some competition in F1.
Yeah.
So, but good on Perez.
As we said, kind of a boring race, not really a lot to talk about, so we're not going to beat a dead horse there and just keep diving into minuscule points with the race. But, with the whole weekend, there was a qualifying on Friday for the real race, then there was a qualifying and a sprint on Saturday, and then the race on Sunday. What was your overall impression of the weekend? This is brand new this season, and just thoughts on the weekend as we close it up.
Yeah, going into it, I was like, there's just so much this weekend. But I actually kind of liked it. I don't know if that was just because we had such a long, spring break. But I liked that the sprint didn't dominate everything for Sunday.
Yeah.
So, the qual and then sprint qual were totally separate. So, Leclerc getting pole and qual on Friday was like, okay, Sunday, you're good for the race.
Yep.
But like if he would have like crashed into a barrier for the sprint qual, it's not like, well, there goes his entire weekend. So I kind of liked it. It.
Selfishly, I liked it. There was more racing. The biggest thing I didn't like, it was almost a spoiler. Like the sprint was always like made the race more exciting because it's like, oh, things are happening. But this was almost a spoiler because it was like Leclerc got pole, he got swallowed up by the Red Bulls, and I'm like, oh, is tomorrow going to be worth watching? Because we know what's going to happen now. We know the order. We kind of spoiled the real race, but it was cool to see that much racing and that much qualifying and no practices. Mm-hmm. So we have 6 of these this year. I think as of right now, I'm going to kind of not make a decision on whether I liked it or not. Because I don't know if Baku's just such a unique circuit. But it has good potential, and I'm glad they're trying new stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and maybe I'm talking a little biased just because I love Baku. So I'm like, yay, more races here. So like the entire weekend, I'm just like on my couch watching this awesome track. So maybe...
And to your point,
we
haven't seen
racing. If they did
racing.
like, I don't know, France or something, maybe I'm going to be like, oh...
Yeah.
But so far, I liked it. But we have 6 of these, so...
And to your point, though, we haven't seen racing in 3 weeks. So it was nice. It was just nice to like sit and just watch racing.
I'm home.
Right. Yeah. So, all right. Any other final thoughts? Like we said, it was a pretty straightforward race. Hopefully next time we do one of these in Miami, which is next weekend, there's a different winner.
Yeah. It was kind of... I say this. It was kind of exciting to see McLaren kind of inch their way up.
Get points. Good for you, McLaren fans.
So I was like, maybe they didn't really do much, but they did better. So progress, I think.
I will give you that. That is kind of like my closing thought is Mercedes or Aston still second. Aston second, Mercedes third, and Ferrari fourth. And then McLaren's, I think, fifth or something like that. But it's nice to see like second through 10th is really anybody's race.
Yeah.
It's just first is so far gone at this point, which is crazy.
So
but
they're just playing another sport at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was kind of nice to see like some teams kind of get their footing. Other teams had a rough weekend.
Alpha.
But both.
AlphaTauri and Alfa Romeo.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Should be fun. Miami's next. So hopefully that one, it's kind of another street hybrid track, so we'll see what goes on there.
Fake water.
Yes. All right. See you guys next time. Thanks.